Hello, this is Tori with LANDiO. We have a new property. It's 20 wooded mountain acres bordering the Cibola National Forest in New Mexico. We're going to jump right into the interactive map. This is the parcel highlighted here in green, the 20 acres. It's a rectangle, and there's a road that runs to the east portion of the property, all the way through the east portion of the property, so you've got great access. If we zoom out, you can see the entire west boundary of the property borders the Cibola National Forest. In the area that the property borders is roughly 300,000 acres of contiguous national forest land, and the west boundary of the property borders roughly 300,000 contiguous acres of national forest land. If we zoom out, you can see all of this green shaded area here. This is the Cibola National Forest, and this is roughly 300,000 contiguous acres. And there you can see the property right there highlighted in green. Now if we turn on the topographic map, just to the west of the property you have a high elevation point of 7,782 feet. And that X there marks the high elevation point. And our property is just a few hundred feet east of that. From the property you're going to have these amazing views of all of this surrounding area, which we'll show you in these photos. This is a view looking out from the property at one of the higher elevation points. There are lots of rock formations and rock outcroppings, mature Ponderosa Pines. This is the Forest Service road that runs through the east portion of the property. It's a little dark on the topographic map, but if you look right here, you can see this path of water flow that runs just east of the road on the property. These are videos of the actual water flowing on the property while a photographer was there recently. In this image we have the road and the water flow pointed out. This area is rich in native wildlife, and that water on the property creates an additional magnet that brings wildlife actually to the property. There are lots of fresh wildlife tracks and droppings on the property. This property is located in Game Management Unit number 10, which is desirable for mule deer and elk, and Unit 10 has been reported to have some of the largest bulls in New Mexico. And you've got great access to the property because this Forest Service road right here, if you go south, it connects directly to the paved State Highway 53 right here, which is just south of the town of Rama. From the property to Rama, it's only about 22 minutes, just under 10 miles. In Rama you can find groceries, supplies, there's a couple of cafes and restaurants, post office. This is a photo from the Google Earth Street View where that Forest Service Road 57 that takes you right to the property intersects with State Highway 53. And then this is the road leading you to the property. You can see there are electricity lines and poles all throughout this area, along with underground telephone and internet lines. Here's some additional photos of the road. This is a view to the southeast looking at the Zuni Mountains, which are covered with dense mature Ponderosa Pines. Rock formations and rock outcroppings on the property. Again, the property is covered with dense mature Ponderosa Pine. This is a view looking east from the western boundary of the property. So this would be at a high elevation point where it borders the National Forest. And notice this unique geological feature. This is a photo from the Forest Service road on the property looking east at that mound. And then right down here is the path of the water flow. And now we're looking up at that rise in elevation on the east portion of the property. Here's a closer view of that mound. Another image of the water flow. Here's another image of that mound as we approach it. And this is a view looking south from that mound near the east portion of the property. And over here you can see the road on the property, and then this is the path of the water flow. This is south of the property looking north. Here's the road on the property. You have roughly 800 feet of road frontage that runs through the property. These are Google Earth terrain views. This is south of the property looking north. So the property has a slope from the west to the east. Now we're southeast of the property looking northwest. This is east of the property looking west. So this entire west boundary here that we're looking at, this borders the 300,000 acres of the Cibola National Forest. Now we're north of the property looking south, and then this is west of the property looking east. So here's the road on the property and the path of the seasonal water flow. We go back to the interactive map. I want to point out this area of the Cibola National Forest that is just to the southeast of the property, which is this area right here. We're going to turn on the topographic layer again. If we zoom in a little bit closer, you can see these blue lines. These blue lines indicate the path of water flow. And if you look just to the north here of where this National Forest shaded area is, it indicates that these are called the falls. You can see how these lines are really close together. That indicates that it's a steep slope. And if we zoom in closer on the interactive map, you can see how this cuts this path through here. And you can even see how there's water along this path when the satellite image was taken. See all these little spots there? That's all water along this path. And this is an actual waterfall that flows through the Zuni Mountains in this portion of the Cibola National Forest. We were able to find a couple images of the waterfall there. You can see how that terraces down through the rock formations and rock outcroppings. It'll flow down, pool up in an area, and then flow down in another area. And this is all publicly accessible land, there for your enjoyment, just a short distance from the property. Now we'll zoom in and take a look at the property on the Google Earth terrain view. Again, you can see the road running through the property. Here's the geological formation to the east. This is where it borders the National Forest to the west. And then if we go down here, this is the waterfall that we pointed out. Zoom in closer there, and again you can see the water where it's accumulating in these different pools that we showed in the photos, and then it will then kind of cascade down into the portion of lower elevation, and then it ends up right here. And this actually will flow all the way down to what is known as the Rama Reservoir, which is down here. The Rama Reservoir, also referred to as the Rama Lake, is 300 acres where you can enjoy fishing for trout, bass, bluegill, and catfish. And several of the nearby landowners have developed their properties to varying degrees, which we have indicated by these white circles. Here are some photos of the nearby homes, many of which are nicer, newer construction. This landowner has multiple accessory buildings. You can see their shed over here with the tractor. This landowner has a little tiny cabin, a corral. Here's another structure back here in the trees. Here are several other homes. From the property, you're only 32 minutes from the El Morro National Monument, which is an incredibly beautiful area. Lots of rich history. You're 49 minutes from the ice caves and the Bandera volcano. You're 45 minutes to the El Malpine National Monument. About an hour and 9 minutes from Gallup, New Mexico. Gallup has a population around 22,000. Pretty much anything you need you can find in Gallup, including a Walmart supercenter, hospitals, groceries, supplies, professional services. Gallup is to the west of the property, and then to the east of the property you have Milan, New Mexico, and Grants, New Mexico. Milan has a population around 3,200, and Grants has a population around 10,000. In Grants, there's also a hospital, a Walmart supercenter, groceries, supplies, professional services. About an hour and 32 minutes from the Blue Water Lake State Park, where you can enjoy fishing, boating, horseback riding. You're about 2 hours from Mount Taylor, which has a peak elevation of 11,306 feet. You're about 2 hours and 20 minutes to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque is the largest city in New Mexico. It has a population of over 500,000. So anything you need you can find in Albuquerque, including an international airport. We have these 20 wooded mountain acres bordering the 300,000 acres of the Cibola National Forest, with the road access priced at only $80,000. All the property details are listed here on our website. The property taxes for the entire 20-acre parcel is only $114.22 a year. There are no covenants or restrictions. There's no HOA. There are no HOA fees. There's no time limit to build. There's no minimum dwelling size. We have all of the distances to the nearby points of interest, along with links where you can find more information about those locations. Here are the GPS coordinates with links where you can open up the GPS coordinates on a Google map. There are over 100 photos and this interactive map. If this property fits what you're looking for, please go to our website and click on this Buy Now button. What that'll do is add a deposit of $499 to your cart. Then click Checkout. Once you click Checkout, this window will appear where you can enter in all your information, then continue through the checkout process. Once you complete the checkout process, the Buy Now button automatically changes to out of stock. There are only one of these properties available, so only one person can place a deposit on this property. We sell our properties on a first-come, first-served basis. The $499 deposit is credited towards your purchase, and then we cover all of the closing costs. The remaining balance may be paid by wire transfer, cashier's check, ACH bank draft, credit card, debit card, or any combination of these methods. We make the whole process super simple, and it can be completed in as little as a day. There are no other commissions or fees, so your total purchase price for this 20-acre parcel is just the $80,000. If you have any questions, our phone number is on the top of every page of our website. That number is 713-597-7670. That number also receives text messages. We have this live chat feature here on our website where you can communicate with us in real time. If we're not available for whatever reason, please send us a message. We'll respond to your next availability. You can also fill out this contact form here on our website or send us an email directly. Our email address is hello@landio.com. We sincerely appreciate you taking the time to visit our website and watch our videos and view our properties, and then share all of that information with your family, friends, and colleagues. Thank you and God bless.